Good evening, members of Spiritually Connected Encounters. Those who follow me here on Facebook, YouTube, and my TikToks under ApeCS. How's everybody doing this evening? I hope everybody is doing great. As for me, I had a wonderful weekend. Went to a lot of places that honored the veterans. Got to speak to some old friends that used to be with me in the military. And, it's just been pretty busy. But as we live life, how you doing, Cousin Jesus? I just found out that a good friend of mine, a childhood friend that I grew up with, and it was a good friend when I was in high school. When I was going through everything that I was going through, he was there for me. His name is Mario Cantu. He's over there from Ravenville, Texas, where I'm originally from. Found out he passed away, so I'm kind of saddened about that. How you doing, Brother Gary? Cousin Jesus Carvajal? He was a good friend, So I remember, we were in the same grade, so we graduated in '87. So, I remember as we grew up, we had classes together and stuff like that. But then when I went through what I went through, he was there as a friend. When I lost my mother and stuff, there was a couple of people that was there for me in spite that we were being alienated by a lot of people, they seen us as a curse or whatever because of what happened in our family. But, that's the way just some people think, how they think their mentality is. Instead of extending an olive branch to helping somebody, they want to put somebody down. They want to weaken them when they're down in their lowest. That's a pattern I've seen, and what I witnessed was real life people trying to put you down even more than what you're already in a situation, right? But through a faith and belief in Jesus Christ, I overcame that, and I came to be who I am right now because, I will see, how things were around me. And it's like I would say to myself, I don't want to be that way. I'm my own person. I want to maintain love in my heart, But sometimes you have to go through what you have to go through in order to survive in life, In saying that, it's just about my good friend Mario Cantu. He was a good friend of mine when I was going through what I was going through in Ravenville, Texas. He was there, always coming visiting me. He was a good friend of him. There was a couple of people that didn't alienate me in our town, which was Mario Cantu was one of them. Robert Salas, Sam Lucas, and let me see, I had Jaime Lucio, but his name is Jaime Aguirre now. The Ariano brothers, Furman, Jesse, Rudy, and the Sandovals, Jerry, Juan Sandoval, Predator. There were some of the good friends that I would have, that would come by, check on us, see how we was doing, or invite me to go here and there, Some of a couple of good friends, Mario Cantu was one of them, and I don't know how sick he was or what his conditions were because we had stopped talking a long time ago when I joined in the military, and lost connection with him. I don't know, something happened between me and one of my friends when we were younger. And I don't know, that's why the follow was that they stopped communicating with me. But, being in the military, we go everywhere. So it's like you don't have time to be communicating with nobody, especially when your mission is to be on the go. So you lose contact with friends, with family, and stuff like that. Especially if you don't go back to your hometown because you don't want no problems, so you stay away. So that's what I did. But these people that I mentioned, that were good people, there was a lot of other people that kind of helped out in a sense of a way when, especially when I was tired and I needed a ride to go from work back. There was a lot of people that would step up, but Mario Cantu, he was the Cantus. That their family was a good family. The grandmother would always say, "Mijo, bring your clothes. I'll iron it for you. You don't have to, so you won't be all wrinkled when you go to the dances." And his family, the Cantu family, always had an open door for me. I would always get invited to go to the gigs because their dad was in a band called Los Originales, and I'd be like the roadie. Me and Mario would be the roadie. We set up everything. Then after we set up everything, we're there for a little bit. We go and cruise throughout the valley. We go to other places that have bands and stuff like that, whether it's a quinceañera, a wedding, or there's a live band. He was the man. He was there. Some close situations near the border where something could have happened to me, but he came back for me. He could have left me there. It was we were. I'll give you the story on that. Guess how good of a friend he was. We were in Las Flores, Mexico. It's right across the border, and we were drinking at a bar over there. We were drinking. There was this female we met over there, and she said she lives in one of the colonias or colinas on the other side of the border, which was in the United States. She said, "You can come over to my house. We can party and all this." So we went there, but Mario was telling me he had a weird feeling about it, not to trust her and all this stuff, right? So he said, "Hey, come, I'll get some beers." And I got off, and my friend Mario, he was like, "I'll be right back," and he took off. So I got off, and as soon as I got off to go, she gave me some beers. All of a sudden, there's like a lot of cars that park, and there's like 20 dudes that got off, So I'm there, and these dudes are coming, and I'm like, "Man, what's going on?" I don't know what's going on. So they're there, and I'm just, they gave me all kinds of stuff. I'm like, why are they giving me all these cassettes and all this stuff? So, it's like at that time I didn't know who to trust or not to trust. I was kind of like gullible to things. So next thing you know, I just hear some honking, and I look, and it's Mario, and he's waving me to go over there. So I go over there, and it's like, "Hey man, get off." So he said, "Súbete o te dejo." He said, "Get in, or I'm gone. I'm leaving you." So I'm looking at them. They're like, all those people are waiting me to go back, and I'm kind of green, I don't know about the streets or things like that, of nature. So he said, "Súbete o te dejo, pendejo," So that when he said pendejo, it means stupid. I knew he was serious, so I jumped in the vehicle and he hauled ass. He took off, and he was telling me that when he left, that they were in the other block, and they're trying to block it in within the block. All those cars that were there, they try to block them in. I guess what they were trying to do was trying to rob us. They was trying to rob what he had in his vehicle, which was a pretty good stereo system. So he said, "If you ever do that to me again," I'm going to leave you. I'm going to leave you in the situation and all this. And I say, "Oh, sorry, man. I didn't know. I don't know." So it's kind of like, it's one of those experiences where something could have happened pretty seriously. I mean, I was, I knew how to fight and stuff, but there was a lot of people that I would have had to fight my way out. I don't know if they had weapons. I don't know if they had whatever they had. But, that's a learning experience of trusting people, of who to trust and who not to trust. And who are you going to trust at that time or situation? Is it a female that you don't know? Or your friend that's been a good friend for a long time? So I went with my friend. I didn't think about the female like in that nature, like I wanted her in any kind of way. Just thought that they were treating me good, but it was really a setup. But Mario was one of those kind of guys that he was always studying everything, how people's reactions, and he's one of those people that could listen to see if somebody was, he knew things, because he was always alert, He got me out of a couple of situations like that. The other one was at Delta Lake. We're at you're welcome, cousin Jesus Carvajal. The other incident that happened, we were at Delta Lake. We were cruising in his Monte Carlo, and as we were cruising, there were some guys, they went like this. I went like this. I was probably like 17 at the time. And next thing you know, these guys, they got off the vehicle and they have guns and stuff. So we get off and Mario's like, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? He's like ready to fight this dudes. And I get off, I'm ready to fight too. And it's like the dudes, they got back in their vehicle. So when we left, started leaving the area because they had guns, they started following us. They were following us as we were leaving the lake. They started following us, started shooting at us with a gun. I don't know if they're shooting directly at us or shooting up in the air. But whatever the case, they were shooting. And at that lake, where people were cruise, people from all throughout the valley, people died there, So he got me out of that situation also, since he was a driver, But he was a good friend. I got him a job. I was working at a Walmart. I got him into Walmart, and he started working there. So it's like all my friends, like they were my good friends. I got them jobs there at Walmart. I got my friend Rob a job there at Walmart. Mario a job at Walmart. My friend Predator one a job at Walmart. Jaime Lucio a job at Walmart. It's like me and the manager, we were cool. So I was bringing all my friends into Walmart so they could work there. When the Walmart was there in Raymondville, Texas, it was a small store. So it's like they needed people, so I would get them, people that I knew. But yeah, I'm just, thinking about the stories of Mario, honoring him. Like I said, I haven't talked to him. I seen the post that he had passed away 2 days ago. I had a nickname for him. His name was, I would call him Flecha, which means arrow. So it's kind of like 2 days ago, when he passed away, was 2 days ago, something started happening to my vehicle. The hazards were just going off, and shut off. And I'm like, man, what's going on? And I would hit the button, and it would stop, and then next thing you know, when my wife would try to turn on the vehicle, the hazard just going off, Well, a hazard or a signal light in Spanish is called a flecha. Well, his nickname, I nickname him Flecha, arrow, in which I believe his spirit was letting me know that he had crossed over. This happened 2 days ago, and I just found out today that he had passed away. But he was a good friend, It's like we don't know when our time here on earth is going to be over. It just happens from one day to another. That's why we have to stay spiritual ready at all times and try our best to stay physically active, As I'm getting older, it's like something wants me to stop to doing the physical activity that I do, but I still manage to do the workouts that I do. I do not know how he passed away. I knew he was sick. I knew he worked at the oil rigs, but he really never talked over the phone or tried to contact me or nothing like that, But that's okay. I still consider him a friend. People that have made a positive impact in my life, they're always going to be a friend to me, whether they like it or not. If they've done something positive in my life, to me, somebody does something positive in your life, there's always going to be a friend in my life. I just wanted to make this video about him, He was a cool guy. Like I said, I lost contact with him over the years. Another thing that I wanted to talk, besides honoring him, which I've done that. I know that the Heavenly Father is going to guide him into the heavenly kingdom because he was a good person. He had a good heart. The other thing that I wanted to talk about is just a quick video. Is all these people, these trolls, naysayers, the people that are affiliated with whoever dislikes me here in the cryptid community, They say things, and every time they try to say something to contradict a picture of mine, I always have the evidence or the proof to back it up through short reels. So once I do that, it's like I shut the naysayers, whatever they try to suggest, whether it's a sunrise or sunset. I prove it to them that they're wrong because I show where the sun is up in the sky, and I went to the location where those red eyes are looking at me. To all those naysayers, whatever the case, whoever you're affiliated with, I really don't care. To this point, who you're affiliated, how many people y'all are, whoever think, whoever, however you think, how many you are, or how great you are, higher in the echelon. To me, what I see, honestly, you're not that bright. You're not that bright. And if y'all creating this fake account just to come up against me to try to disprove my pictures or short reels, well, then you're dumb because the evidence is right there, plain and simple. I guess I could say to y'all, you can eat crow because I back it up. When I say something, I prove it. I just don't prove it through a picture. I can prove it through a short reel. So basically, what I'm saying to y'all, when you try to come at me in a negative way or say something dumb, you're the one that's really looking dumb in my point of view because I'm not going to place something there and I have a backup to it. I'm going to place something there, and if I have to show something else, I'll show it to show y'all that it's legit. Like I said, y'all want to believe it's something in the flesh? Go ahead. Well, I got the proof that it's something supernatural, that there's beings that we're dealing with, that you want to call it Bigfoot, you want to call it Dog Man, that were called the disembodied demonic Nephilim. They were called the Nephilim a long time ago, before Bigfoot, or before they were called a Bigfoot, or they were called a Dog Man. They were called a Nephilim that became disembodied Nephilim, which I call disembodied demonic Nephilim, because they're demonic of origin, because the Watchers were part of the 1/3 that fell from heaven with Lucifer and the Legion. So that's why I call them disembodied demonic Nephilim. Now, for these people that pretend to say that they're religious and all this stuff, that they studied the Bible, but then they want to name them a certain freaking name. Well, you're not that good then. If you say you practice it, that you practice the Bible and you read the Bible back and forth, and you want to name him a name that's not even within the Bible, you want to create a name. It's kind of like when Noah, or should I say, when Moses crossed the people across the Red Sea, they start worshiping on idolism, on bowls made out of gold and stuff like that. You see what happened to them. That's no difference. You say, for those that say that they're religious and all this stuff, and they still want to name them a cryptic name, when if they've read the Bible, right? They've read the Bible, they're religious in some kind of nature, they know that they're demonic. So how can you name something that's demonic, give them a name that you created, right? How? When you're falsifying yourself, because that's not the real name of them. The real name of them, or what happened to them, that became disembodied Nephilim. We can name them disembodied Nephilim, DN. But they're of demonic origin. That's why I call it DDN, disembodied demonic Nephilim. It's common sense. It'll take a genius to figure out what they are. But yes, I just wanted to do a quick video and address that. I still have some pictures. I have some pictures that I haven't even placed. It's kind of like I see some of the pictures that people place, and some of them are so pixelated because they're trying to make something out of nothing, because they really focus real small into very small type. It's so pixelated you can't see. It's when you have the whole view, and it's not a close-up, but it's a whole view, that you're able to capture something in, and that's when you got something. When you have a whole picture or a whole screenshot, and you can see it without a shadow of doubt that it's right there. That's about the only time you can do a close up to look how it looks, to take a closer look. I'm just saying that, putting it out there. I know there's some other people that do some crazy works where they're drawing pictures on the pixelations and stuff like that. To me, that's not interesting when somebody does that, because I'm seeing somebody draw a picture, but I'm not seeing nothing within the picture. The best advice I can give to y'all is place the regular picture. Place the regular picture so people can see what's within the picture. Some people are going to see something, some people are not going to see something. But place the regular full picture, not a crop picture that's really pixelated. Place the original picture, and you'll be surprised how many people will be able to see what's within that picture. But of course, you're going to have the trolls. You're going to have the people with fake profiles that dislike your works, that come up against us at a daily basis in a negative way. The only thing I can say to them is haters are going to hate. That's all I can really say to those individuals. I'm not here to please them. I'm thinking why they do that is because they can see what's within the picture, but they don't want to believe it in the spiritual aspect out of it. They don't want to believe that. So they come at me in a negative way with the fake profiles. It could be somebody that I know, they're coming at me in a negative way, saying whatever they want to say to me. I would have more respect if somebody would say something to me in person or with their true profile than with a fake profile. When somebody comes to me in a fake profile, I just delete the comment or I block the fake profile, because to me those are fake people, or it might be somebody, like I said, that might know me, but they don't have the testicle fortitude to tell me something in my face directly. I respect somebody if somebody tells me straight up than they're playing fake profile games with me. Yeah, I've got several pictures that I hadn't even placed. Like I said, I've been celebrating Veterans Day. Oh, I got some other ones, cousin, that I hadn't even placed. I got something that looks like in an open space. It looks like some kind of I don't know. I ain't even gonna say dog, man. Some kind of beast standing on all fours with red eyes, looking at me in an open pasture. It's looking at me because I got the camera pointing at it as I was recording, right? And I was going to where I was sensing something. And it's looking straight at me, and you can see the red eyes and everything. I haven't posted the picture yet, but I believe that's the one that went towards the tree. When I started walking out of there, it was following me. I haven't placed a picture. I just want to see what people got to say, because that's one thing about me. I like when people come at me in a negative way. I always have a backup, and then a backup after that. Well, I still have the backup to what I believe was what followed me to that tree, because I got it where it's looking at me in open space where you could literally see it standing there right in front of me, looking at me with red eyes. And that's a pretty awesome capture right there. I just haven't placed it yet because, I don't want to freak people out, man. People get freaked out that they get so scared they create fake profiles to come up against me, All they got to tell me is like, hey, that's scary, but if it's too scary for you, just scroll on by, Maybe it's not meant for you to see, And it's, if you think about the movie Predator, right? The movie Predator, well, it's something in that nature, because it's in between the veil, you could say, and it's in the open space. It's looking straight at me like it's fixing to attack me. You can see the red eyes, and I caught it on camera. I just haven't placed it because, like I said, I want to see. I placed the other stuff just to see what people are going to say, but I got that picture where it's looking right at me, you know, and that one is in all fours, but it looks pretty big, you know, whatever it is. Like I said, this disembodied demonic Nephilim, they can manifest to look like anything, you know, they can take any kind of form. But I believe that's what people are witnessing, you know, 100%. I believe that 100%. There's people that are hunting for Bigfoot, hunting for Dogman, hunting for whatever. That they're really getting lured into the woods by the disembodied demonic Nephilim. If they go there unprepared, sooner or later they might not make it out of the woods because they're getting lured in. You know, I know when I go, but I know what's at stake, so I prepare myself spiritually when I go in, during and after. You know, yeah, I'm not. I'm thinking tonight I might reveal it. I'm not sure today or tomorrow. I'm gonna reveal the picture. I might create a short reel of it too, because that sucker was just standing right there looking at me like it's ready to attack. You know, it was pretty good size, you know, but it's on all fours, looking at me, you know, like it's ready to attack. Yeah, that's what it is. Is that this individuals that come at me negative way, you know, they don't want to believe. I believe this what's the matter with them is that they're being bonded, right? They're being bonded by these unseen forces. They're bonding them. They don't want them to awaken spiritually. So as they're being bonded, they're being used to come up against people like me. They have the real spiritual evidence, the real spiritual proof of what we're dealing with. I believe the evidence that I have on how they move and stuff is a lot better than a person in costume. And I'm talking about the Patterson film, where you can literally tell it's a person in costume. What we're dealing with is not a person in costume. What we're dealing with is the disembodied demonic Nephilim, the DDN, that they exist and they move really fast. So, like in the film of the Patterson one, this Bigfoot is walking super slow, you know, like a regular person, because it's a person in costume. But this DDN, if you look at my reels, look how fast they move. They're moving in disembodied form, because that's what they are. The DDN, they are in disembodied form because the flesh form got destroyed during the flood. So they remain as demonic, disembodied Nephilim, but in spirit form or disembodied form. I can't say spirit because I wasn't created by God, so I'll say disembodied form. That's why I call them disembodied demonic Nephilim. And you see how fast they move. And I think if you slow down the short reel where it's moving fast, it's not one. It's not. I've seen two, but I believe it's 3 or 4 of them that are running together in full speed. You know, like and disembodied form. They move fast. It's faster than the blink of an eye. But anyways, besides that, you know, I was just trying to make a short, this quick video in honor of my good friend Mario Cantu. But yes, brothers and sisters, check out the short reels here in Spiritual Encrypted Encounters. Check out the short reels I got on TikTok under Abe Cias. The proof is right there, you know. I don't like adding too much color to nothing. I just put the videos out there, and I capture what's within them. I make short reels and place them out there. And I know there's a lot of people that contact me and they're telling me thank you because of what they witnessed in my videos or in the pictures, things that they've witnessed. So, you know, I get a lot of thank yous all the time. But besides that, this was just a quick live feed. Maybe tomorrow I'll make a longer one, but this is just a quick one. Thank you all for tuning in. Cousin Jesus Carvajal, Sister Catherine Garcia, Sister Maria, and Brother Gary. Like I said, there was just a short reel. I'm doing good. I ate a lot this weekend for celebrating Veterans Day. You know, it was a lot of eating, so I need to do a lot of double workout this week to get back in on the right track. You know, I did a workout today, but man, after tonight's meal, it was a lot. You know, it's like I need to continue to work out, stay active. Yeah, the picture with the eyes. That's a real picture, cousin. And there's people don't understand that I've even got the picture of the red eyes at nighttime. I got a picture where it's moving around at night with red eyes. You know, it's moving within the tree lines. You know, and it's got red eyes. You know, I got pictures of that. I could take screenshots of that. I think I got a couple of screenshots of the red eyes looking at me at night, and it look even darker red at night. You know, at nighttime they look dark red. You know, and they're looking at me from a different area in the wood line. You know, this red eyes that are looking at me. But some people will understand, not unless they decide to go into that area where I go, or they want to go with me so they can witness it for themselves. They might not see something visually, but you might never know. They might, if they have a spiritual opening, and they're not prepared to go into an area spiritually, they might experience something worse than what I experienced. You know, it just depends on that's why I always tell everybody to always maintain a love foundation, to place Jesus Christ first when they go into an area. You know, I don't have to talk to a psychic. Why are you going to talk to a psychic when you get the spiritual gift of discernment through Jesus Christ? When you have forgiven and you maintain a love foundation, why do you have to go through anybody? If the Heavenly Father is going to bless you with the spiritual gift of discernment, then you have those abilities. So that's telling me when somebody has to go through a psychic or whatever, that means that they're not spiritual. They don't have the spiritual abilities. They're not being spiritually blessed to do the things that they do, that they have to get outside sources to try to help them out. And even that, a psychic, a medium, that open themselves to the spiritual world, in which, what does that mean? It's kind of like somebody messing with a Ouija board, right? That what's coming to them might not be what you think it is. It might be something else, telling them things so to tell you, and you're going to get scared, and they're going to get a stronger bondage over you. You know, that's why when I go to an area, you know, I pray to the Heavenly Father. I place my protections, my cross, and the only one that gives me the answers of what's around me through the spiritual gifts of discernment is Jesus Christ. So that's the greater source than anybody with a title or a man-made title is Jesus Christ. That's who guides me, and that's why I capture on the videos, because He's guiding me. He's giving me the authorization, spiritual authorization to go into these areas, that I'm able to capture these things within the areas. That's the difference. I'm not listening to nobody. I'm just following what He's showing me. So that's how I capture what I capture. Whether I capture the spiritual, whether I locate somebody that's been missing for 2-3 months, in which I did. You know, I have the proof for that. I have a video, and I have the thing where the guy was missing for 2.5 months. He had a picture of his truck, and then when they found it and located it, it was because of me. But it wasn't. I ain't gonna say because of me, because of Jesus Christ. He guided me that way, and I have the proof to show it. You know, I have the video where I went up to the truck. You know, and I didn't know at that time that there was a guy missing. It was when I called them and gave them the information of the truck, and then they wanted to find out about this thing, you know, where this truck was. Then when they went to go investigate, I gave them the coordinates Then they found. Then it was the guy that was missing for 2.5 months that I didn't even know was missing. You know, that I didn't even know he was missing. So I went to the police department when I found out they found a body out there, and I asked them if they wanted the video how I found the truck out there. So I submitted it as evidence, right? The video. They told me to just cut the part where I went to find the truck, where I located the truck, and I cut certain parts of it, and I gave it to them, you know. But at the end, you know, even though I'm the one that gave them the coordinates to the vehicle, you know, they took the credit that it was them. But, you know, I understand, you know, maybe for the protection of me or whatever. But at least they were able to find the body that was missing for 2.5 months. And they were able to place the body in holy ground so the body could get some rest, some spiritual rest. But I had the video, you know. I hear people say that they do this and do that. You know, they go try to help bodies, find bodies. I found a body. I got the proof. I have the proof through my videos. It's not the first time that's happened to me. I've done it like several times, but that's the works that I do. You know, I stay obedient. You know, when I'm shown something, I go to where I'm being shown where to go. You know, where I'm being guided. You know, and that's how that happens. You know, it's a spiritual thing. You have to be spiritually blessed. You have to have the love foundation. You have to have unforgiveness. In order to be able to have the spiritual ability, check out the video. The video. If anybody wants to check out the video, man, I can send it to you. Check out the video as I go into the wool line. This is how heavy it was with negativity, negative presence there that wanted me not to go interfere for this guy to be found. That when I was going in there, my life, it just broke. It just went out and then came back. But I still went in there. Even though I felt being overwhelmed, I knew Jesus Christ was with me. I had a piece of selenite, like a little selenite sword that I was using, you know, it's like to protect myself. But yeah, I had the video. I believe Brother Carlito was there. Cousin Jesus Carvajal was there when I was making the live, when I found the truck out there. If I'm correct, they were out there. They were live with me on the video as I was recording. They were telling me, get the hell out of there, you know. They had a weird feeling, get out of there, man. You know, there's something, some things are happening around you. Get out of there, you know. But, you know, I was there and I left after a little bit of time of investigating. And that's how that guy got found, because of me, when I contacted the police department. I even got I believe I have a Gmail or something in that nature where I sent it to the investigator, my video. But yes, this is what I do, man. You know, what kind of, I ain't going to say upsets me, is like, I've been doing this for a long time. For what I speak, I've been doing it. And when I see other people trying to pretend, and I'm going to say pretend, because when I first came into all this, there were certain people that didn't believe in God, that they came to believe in God now. But I remember that certain individuals were making fun of me when I was talking about God. You know, they would make fun of me. You know, they would say the F them Christians, you know. F those people that believe that way. And now the same individual that would do that, now supposedly he believes in God. Which one is it? Is it the F Christians? Or is it, do you believe in God? But if I remember correctly, it was the F Christians you said before. So it's hard for me to believe that you never spoke of God before, and all of a sudden you want to bring God into the picture, but you never did before. Because it's like contradicting yourself. You know, like me, I'm still the same person. I haven't changed. You know, when I talk about always Montana Love Foundation, I've always said it. When I talk about forgiveness, I've always said that. You know, I'm the real deal. You know, I'm not trying to copy nobody's gimmick. You know, to me, it's a gimmick if it's not real. I'm not trying to copy nobody. I'm just being me. I've been myself since day one that I stepped in with my group, Positive Spiritualists, whether I was in Lightworkers of the World, Live Feeds, or here in Spiritual Encrypted Encounters. It's the same me. I haven't changed, and I've seen that. You know, and if I'm making a change in people's beliefs because they're opening to the spiritual side of it, well, that's good. You know, that's good that they're getting close to the Heavenly Father, right? But those same people that say that about God, those are the same people that talk about psychics and mediums. They talk to the psychic and mediums. You don't need a psychic and a medium if Jesus Christ is with you. He's greater than anything that they might think they might have some powers. He's greater than that. You don't need to listen to a psychic or a medium. Listen to Jesus Christ because he's the one that guides us. He's the one that blesses us with the spiritual gifts of discernment. That's all I'm saying. You know, if you're legit, if you're really legit, that will mean that you will have the spiritual gift of discernment, like I do. You remind me of that apostle, the wizard, that knew a lot of necromancy, but he wanted the gifts of discernment, but he didn't want to believe in Jesus Christ. The apostle told him, "You can give me all the money in the world, but he's not going to do nothing for you because the only one that can bless you with the spiritual gifts of discernment is Jesus Christ." So a lot of these people, that's what they remind me of the sorcerer, you know, because they don't want to believe in Jesus Christ, but they want to get blessed with the spiritual gift of discernment. So I'm just saying, you know, do you really believe in Jesus Christ? In true faith, you believe that you're forgiven? Because that's the only way you're going to be able to get the spiritual gift of discernment. But when I hear that they talk to psychics and mediums and this and that, you know, then you really don't have that close of a relationship with Jesus Christ. Because if you did have a closer relationship with Jesus Christ, then you would be blessed with the spiritual gift of discernment to be able to do things spiritually for yourself. But anyways, I'm just talking about how I've seen a lot of individuals claim to be a certain way, but before they were not, you know. But I don't know what it is. What it is you got BS, you got bullshit con artists, right? With fake stories. And then you got real people with real stories, with real evidence to show the spiritual aspect side out of it, right? So they're kind of afraid of what I bring to the table. And they're afraid of it because they don't have those kind of spiritual capabilities to bring the things that I'm bringing to the table. So they have to create false narrative, false stories with fake people that are just being actors, pretending to pretending that they were a victim of something or that they see something just for the story aspect out of it. I'm bringing, when I say something, I'm not just saying something, I'm showing you the proof through videos and through screenshots. So that's the difference between what I bring to the table spiritually to somebody that's a con artist or hoaxers with fake stories. They're not going to bring nothing to the table besides a BS story. They're not going to show you nothing. I'm sharing you what I experienced. I even got the videos where I'm speaking because all the things that I gather, all the evidence is from my videos. So I'm bringing all that to the table. And I believe that's what a lot of these people dislike me. Because they're storytellers. Storytellers of stories that are not real. Right? Storytellers could be a little chihuahua to make it look like a werewolf. That's a storyteller, you know, somebody with an imaginative mind that's going to do something like that just to bring in the viewership, to bring in the people so they can BS them. Me, I'm showing the proof. So as I'm showing the proof, I'm taking away from the narrative, from just the story. Because it would be a difference if they had a story plus pictures or some kind of evidence. But the only thing they got is a man-made story with a lot of flaws in them, because you can tell that it's a BS story compared to something that's real, that is caught live on camera. That's what I bring to the table. And a lot of people, like I said, my group is not that big right now. You know, I can make live videos on YouTube, but eventually I'll get there. And when the time comes, I'll start making videos, live videos. I've gone to this area so people can witness what I capture, what the things that come to me spiritually, so they can be firsthand to witness that. But right now, what I see, there's a lot of people that pretend, I'll call them pretenders, that they're pretenders, that they're doing this or that, but they're not really capturing nothing to show that there's something out there. I'm capturing things through broad daylight. I've got some things that I've caught at night, but in broad daylight, they're showing themselves to me. So I'm bringing that to the table. You figure somebody that goes, that's boots and ground, they do all this work, so they will have some kind of evidence of something. You know, some kind of evidence of something. I mean, people want to go to religious things and stuff like that, you know. You will have to have a relationship with Jesus Christ to understand how he guides you, how he guides me. You have to have a spiritual relationship with him, to understand where I come from. And I have several pictures that I told Promised Cousin Jesus Carabajal, I'm going to place one tonight so y'all can check it out. This one is an open space, something on all fours with red eyes looking at me. What it is, I do not know, because I did not see it visually. I could sense it spiritually. There was something there because my hairs were standing up. So I was pointing the camera in that direction, whereas the camera is what captured the image. And I'm thinking of placing that one tonight. But anyways, thank you all, brothers and sisters, for tuning in. And I'll keep you posted on the picture. I'm going to place it in a moment. Thank you all. God bless. We got Brother Philip Barnes here. Thank you all. And tune in to the picture. I'm going to probably place it on Spiritual Encrypted Encounters first. Whoever's a member here, I'm going to place it here first. And probably wait a little bit and place it in the other groups I'm affiliated with. Thank you all for tuning in. You have a blessed evening and good night. Peace out.